Welcome back to the Citizen Channel. We're all staying safe and well, and we're back. We're back at the Etihad, of course, on a Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. kickoffs. Like the old days, this isn't it? 7:30 p.m. kickoffs. It doesn't help many people. Mary D's is usually a bit quieter for these sort of games. 7:30 kickoffs. That's for sure. Even 8 o'clock kickoffs. It's been reasonably quiet this season at Mary D's, I must admit. But I will be in there. Come and say hello if you see me, guys. Before this Nottingham Forest match, of course, 4th of March 2026, match day 29. So a win needed, and then we have to win the last 9, and we're sorted, aren't we? We've won the league. But there you go. As I'm recording this anyway, Arsenal haven't played Chelsea this afternoon, but I always expect Arsenal to win, so we'll see how that goes. So we'll check out Forest season, plus a look at a possible Pep's 11 after Leeds game. Yeah, I think someone's for a drop-in. Someone's going to get dropped anyway. That's for sure after that Leeds game. A couple of injury worries, of course. And we'll check the bookies out. We'll see what the bookies are thinking. They're not very happy, actually. They're thinking City, after that Leeds performance, are not good enough. Yeah, we've been moved out a bit, but we'll talk about that. We'll have a look at Andy Morrison's prediction for this one, my prediction as well. I'm recording this on the morning of March the 1st, so all information, etc., is correct as at that time, as far as injuries, as far as league tables are concerned, etc., etc. Before we take a look, please, if you're watching on TikTok, hit those buttons, give us a like, give us a follow, guys. Whip over to YouTube, have a look at my channel over there. Lots of stuff on City, of course, lots of history stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, yeah, hit that like button. That'd be fantastic if you can do that for me. And, of course, any hype points you've got to spare at the moment, helps me as a content creator, helps the channel, makes me a sort of very warm and glowy inside if you can help me out with likes or hypes. Thanks, guys. Right, let's get back to this preview match, City versus Forest, 4th of March 2026. The game is on TNT Sports, I believe. As I said, I am at the game, so come and say hello if you spot me. Let's check out Forest. Yeah, not having the greatest season, a bit on a knife edge at the moment. Of course, they've swapped managers very recently in the Premier League, the 17th, so they're just one above the third relegation spot. They've won 7, drawn 6, lost 14, and they've got 27 points from 27 games. So with the average of point a game, they might just scrape it, but we'll have to see. Minus 14 goal difference. And as it stands, they're just 2 points ahead of West Ham, who got stuffed by Liverpool yesterday in the third relegation spot. So, so the Hammers have now played one more game, but hopefully they'll be back to level pegging, won't they? Of course, we beat them, although we've got another game. Obviously, West Ham might have another game midweek as well. Anyway, I'm not too sure on that one. So, another tightrope walk for Forest and their fans. I don't like. They're due to play 14th place Brighton, of course, 7 points above them. As I record this, they're playing them at the MX on the Sunday afternoon. And, of course, last time out, they had a loss at home to Fenerbahce 2-1, though they had, of course, a 3-0 lead from the first leg over in Turkey. So only the pride was dented a little bit by that 2-1 loss. And the last away win was at Brentford at the end of January. Their away form this season, 12th in the table, so a bit better than their own form. So they've won 4, drawn 2, lost 7 with a minus 8 goal difference. History-wise, yeah, of course, last 6 meetings at the Etihad. We go back to 1999 for meeting number, so the last meeting, number 6. So that was a 1-0 win for City. In 2002, we beat them 3-0. And then, yeah, the only win they've got against us in the last 6 was the 3-0 FA Cup win in 2009, if you remember that. That was an awful game. Top of my head, I just remember that being a terrible game. And then, of course, we beat them 6-0, 2-0 and 3-0 the last 3 times at the Etihad. So they are fighting for their lives. As I said, it's a bit of a nervy time. New manager is doing okay with them at the moment. Their away form is a bit patchy, as you can appreciate. And you have to believe that we'll have too much for them, unfortunately. Sorry, Forest fans. Hopefully we will have too much for you. So that brings us on to City, of course. The starting 11 for City against Leeds. Donnarumma, Núñez, Diaz, Gueye, At-Nouri, Rodri, Bernardo, O'Reilly, Semenyo, Cherki and Marmoush. On the bench, a strong bench, one of the strongest benches probably we've put out this season, as in personnel. I'm not saying fitness-wise, etc. Trafford, Reinders, Stones, Aki, Doku, Nico, Savic, Kusanov, Foden, and no youngsters on the bench for the first time for a long time, as you can see. So with the game against Newcastle to come up after this in the cup, it's bodes well that we can still put a reasonably strong squad out, even though obviously Pep will want to rest players before a difficult trip to Europe, of course. There are, of course, doubts over Erling, but we've been told he'll be back for this one. And O'Reilly, who took a knock yesterday, could be doubtful. I'd like to see Erling back in this. I'd like to see Erling play this and then, of course, hopefully get dragged off in the second half if we're comfortable. And perhaps that'll rest him. You can rest him against Newcastle, play Marmoush against Newcastle. So I won't mind Erling starting this. If Marmoush has to, then fair enough. But hopefully Erling is back and he will start this game. And, of course, regardless whether Nico's injured or not, I think he needs a break. I think he needs a break from the action anyway. So I'd probably leave him out, even if he was fit for this Forest game. No need to rest. I mean, they've all had a little break, haven't they? They've all had a little break the last few days. So when as far as rest is concerned, it shouldn't really come into it resting any players and saving players, etc., etc. So, and as I said, I think Pep will shuffle this strongest looking squad now. He probably wants to get minutes into certain players' legs, like Stones, Savvy, Doku, and all this sort of thing. But of course, he's going to shuffle for St James's anyway. And as I said, the players should be recuperated. Pep should be recuperated, mind-wise, ready for the running, really. But hey, we'll see, won't we, over the next few games. And it's possibly too early for Savvy or Doku to start in this Forest game anyway. So this is my starting 11, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this one. I've gone Donnarumma. I've stuck with the same back four. I'd like to see Cookson off, but I think Pep might hold him in reserve for Newcastle. I don't think he'd play him against Forest. Núñez, Diaz, Gay in at Nori, the defenders. Of course, I'd go Rodri because I'd say Gonzalez for Newcastle again. So I'd start Rodri again and give him a break at the weekend, ready for Real Madrid. Then Bernardo, Reinders, Semenyo, Cherki and Haaland, yeah. So I wouldn't risk Doku or Savvy. And yeah, unlucky, I think, as ever, Kusanov is unlucky not to get a start. I mean, I'd probably be starting in most games, but it's difficult, isn't it? I can understand Diaz and Gay. You're not going to drop Gay here for Kusanov, and I can fully understand Diaz being there. So Kusanov's a bit unlucky. Rested, of course, say Nico, if he's not fit, if he's injured, he's injured, but I would have rested him anyway. And of course, I would have dropped Marmoush, who sort of fluffed his lines, lots of effort, but just fluffed his lines again when he obviously played in the game at the weekend or yesterday in, where were we? Leeds, that's it, Leeds, yeah, lose track where I am. I'm getting old, guys. Predictions, right, so yeah, that's my 11, guys, just quickly. Donnarumma, Núñez, Diaz, Gay at Nori, Rodri, Bernardo, Reinders, Semenyo, Cherki and Haaland. Let me know what you think of that one, guys. All right, predictions. Andy Morrison said about this Forest game, I know Forest have had a change of manager and therefore a change of approach, but if they come to the Etihad to play an open, expansive game, it's likely to go only one way. A City win. Of course, we can't afford to drop any points from now to the end of the season anyway, given the likelihood that Arsenal will win most of their games. So it's vital we win this. It is, Andy. He's gone brave. He's gone 4-1. You can get 14 to 15 generally, although you could sneak a 17 to 20 to 1 in a place if you fancy a little punt on 4-1 for City. I'm not too sure this team's got 4 goals in it against Premier opposition. I'm not too sure this team's got 4 goals in it against first and second division opposition at the moment, certainly Championship. So yeah, I'm going to go for that safe score. I was thinking of keeping a clean sheet, but I'll give them a goal. I was going to go 2-0, but I've decided on that safe bet, of course, that 3-1, that steady scoreline. So one less than Andy. I've gone for a 3-1 win. Generally 9 to 1, you get 11 to 1 in a place. These odds I'm going to quote now, and those odds I've just quoted then are all as at the 1st of March. Please, guys, if you do have a punt, gamble responsibly. When the fun stops, stop, and if you are having problems, please seek help as well. Other popular scorelines for this game: City a 2-0 win is 7 to 1. A 1-0 City win is 15 to 2, 8 to 1 in a place. A 2-1 City win is 7 to 1, 8 to 1 in a place. A 0-0 is 16 to 1. A 2-1 Forest win for you Forest fans, you Tricky Trees fans. 20 to 1, 22 to 1 in a place. As I said, Premier League, yeah, City have not impressed the bookies. We've moved out. Arsenal were 4-6. They've now moved even more odds on, 8-15 now. That's prior to the Chelsea at home, of course. If they don't get maximum points against Chelsea, that will move out. Of course it will. But I'm thinking the bookies are probably right at the moment. I wouldn't have been impressed watching us against Leeds either, in fairness. City, we were 5-4. We're now moved out to 6-4, as I say. So we certainly didn't convince any bookies, that's for sure. And the only ones in it now, Villa have dropped off a cliff, of course, after their recent form. So the only others 100 to 1 or less are United at 100 to 1. So there you go, they're third favourites. So you don't often hear that, do you? United are third favourites for anything. So they'll be enjoying that, of course they will. Forest to stay up, yeah, 1-4 on. So, confident that they will finish at least one place above that third spot. So that means West Ham will get relegated at the moment, but that'll be unusual, something that we think's going to happen over the last few seasons, but they've always sort of got out of it, haven't they? So anyway, we'll see. And to be relegated, you can get 3-1. So if you think Forest will drop into that bottom three, you get 3-1 on that. The match odds themselves, yeah, not too odds on for City, 4-11. I mean, I've seen, you'd imagine City in the prime against Forest fourth bottom. You're probably talking 1-5 on, 1-6 on, but we're only 4-11 on, which is fair enough. A draw is 17-4, and a Forest win is 7-1. So again, Forest fans, 7-1 is not a bad price on a win, and of course you can Dutch as well and still make some nice money. So there you go. You're going to have a flutter, or you've had a flutter, or you've had a few winnings lately. Let me know. It'd be great to have any information on what you fancy or what you've done and what you've been lucky at, because that's all about, let's bash those bookies if you get the chance. I hate the bookies. I say they don't like winners, of course. They just shut accounts when you win, but it's funny how they keep taking your money when you're losing, isn't it? But hey, that's the bookies for you, and there's no control of them, is there? They can do what the hell they want, basically, by pointing at the small print and stuff like this. But anyway, we'll not worry about that. If you enjoyed the content, stay tuned. Other ways of supporting this channel, or how I can support you. If you want a shout out for something, I can do it on social media for you, or I can do it through the channel. Let me know if there's anything, a project or charity, etc. Just give us a shout, guys. And you can contact me here through YouTube or through any of my socials, and to find out a little bit more about that and other offers I've got on, just stay watching and listening.
Thanks for that, guys. Hope you enjoyed the feature anyway, and please, if you can, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, that'd be wonderful. And if you're not already a subscriber, it'd be great if you could subscribe. It's absolutely free. Also, check out all my social media links. Will be in the description and comments below if you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook. We can chat on there and do all things City, of course. Also, if you're into film and TV, don't forget, a lot of this channel is film and TV stuff. I love me film and TV like I do City. So if you're into that, have a look. Or even someone who might not be that bothered about the football but likes film and TV, give them a kick in my direction. I'll be very grateful. And special thanks as ever to supporters of the channel. Piat6505, they've got a little eBay shop selling film and TV memorabilia mainly, including books, magazines, posters, lots of posters, and they do have some City stuff as well that they've purloined off me over time, so there'll be a few bits and pieces, probably more going on as well. So have a look at Piat6505 on eBay. And yes, if you do go onto eBay, and if you remember, we do have memberships, 99p a month. You get early access to all my vlogs, so as soon as I do them, you get them. Sometimes it could be months before they're published generally, so a lot of the history stuff, so you have access. The membership gives you access to that. It gives you 10% extra off at Piat6505 if you want to buy any of that memorabilia. That's all that you can actually gain that from being a member. And support the channel. That's a great way of supporting the channel, of course, like watching the ads on the original thing that you've seen now, my original feature. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, also, before we go, podcasts. If you like your podcasts, I do a podcast with Mike Long in South Korea. It's called Bolt from the Blue, in our 8th season. Yeah, we've had some good fun on there. We're trying to have a bit of humour, generally look at City's games as and when we play them, have a look back. So please check out that. It's on Soundcloud, Spotify, all good places you get your podcasts from. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed everything about this feature, and you didn't mind me asking you about this at the end. And please, all I ever ask for you is to stay safe, everyone, especially you Blues.